Well, good morning everybody. Welcome back to Ray and Sue's travel channel, and we're on the beautiful Celebrity Infinity on our 12-night cruise around Morocco and the Canary Islands, and today is day 5. Day 5, our stop is in Gran Canaria, and we're up on deck 11, and I just thought I would share with you this wonderful vista across the port area itself. We're of course on the lovely Celebrity Infinity. There is a TUI ship alongside us, that's Mein Schiff, and there is another AIDA ship to the left of us, further up the port. Today we're going to go off and we're going to do a little bit of exploring around the port town, and then possibly do a hop-on hop-off bus tour to see a little bit more of Gran Canaria. We seldom return here, but we're glad we are back today. And on the port side of the ship we can see that Mein Schiff ship from the TUI group, which is always nice to see. Always like to try and showcase other brands when we're in the individual ports. So that's the other side of the port. It looks like they're doing a little bit of refurbishment in some of the areas. The port terminal seems to be getting a bit of an upgrade, but Gran Canaria itself and of course the lovely Celebrity Infinity are both beautiful in their own right. So a quick look over the pool deck, and we'll be getting off and going exploring, so stay with us and stay tuned. And just a quick scan across the pool deck while it's early morning and it's not too habited, gives an indication of a few whirlpool baths, 4 of them around the pool area, a little splash pool for the children. Not too many children on this cruise actually, obviously at school, and another longer pool there as well. So we're off board now, the beautiful Celebrity Infinity, and I just thought I'd take the opportunity to give you a shot of her while it's opportune. It's early morning, it's a balmy 23 degrees. We're in December 2024 and we're in Gran Canaria. So we've decided we're going to go off and we're going to find ourselves the hop-on hop-off bus and see if we can explore a little bit more of Gran Canaria, perhaps than we've seen previously, and take you with us. So stay tuned as we go off into the port, into the town, and explore some more of the island with us. And as we get off the ship itself, there's a little walk just down the dock side, and we get to walk off directly into the town, so that's really good. We'll get a few steps in today, which is always nice and healthy, and showcase a few other ships that are here with us in the port. This first one being an AIDA ship, I think it's AIDA Mar, who was with us yesterday when we were in Lanzarote, and she looks very splendid in a very colourful paint job. Done her eyes and her lipstick for us this morning. And then the rest of the port on the other side of the, and the lovely AIDA Blue is with us here in the port here in Gran Canaria, so it's always nice to see. I always like to showcase other brands and other cruise ships whilst they're in port, so is she lovely. Also in the port with us today is Mein Schiff 7, Mein Schiff 7 as we would say in Deutschland, and a lovely ship. I always like the look of those ships when we see them in port, and then the port itself actually is fairly basic, fairly simple. There are bus stops here and taxi stops where you can grab yourself a taxi or a bus transfer, and there are also some bus transfers here that stop in the port area. So if you're looking for ways to get into the town, if you're not walking, then that's the way to do it. And so when you come out of the port area itself, there's a lovely little marina there over on the right hand side, and also here you're almost straight into the town. There is a hop on hop off bus service, it seems, down the bottom, so we'll have a little look at that. On the right hand side here, there's also a little bit of a shopping centre. I'm not at all ready for retail therapy just yet, so we'll go around and explore the rest of the port and the town first. And there's Ada Blue and Mind Shift on the left, and the rest of the port area in a little bit closer proximity compared to when we were on board the ship. Okay, and so when you come out of the port security area, then there's a very nice pedestrianised walkway, and there is, as I mentioned, a little bit of a shopping precinct area on the right hand side. A number of the attractions are of walkable distance here. If you want to go to the big marina here on Gran Canaria, it's Palma del Mar. That's in walking distance, it's just around the coast, and a very, very pleasant, very nice walk up to it. So if you have limited mobility, don't worry, it's easily navigated, as you can see, with the flooring, and lots to see. And just looking back now into the port, we can see those three lovely cruise ships, and there's a little bit of a queue here for the bus tour, which we are contemplating. And while I'm here, I'll just describe some of the other areas. There's a nice little park here on the left hand side, and of course the marina and the boardwalk. Lots of good useful signage. I'm sorry. Okay, so here we are now in the little port area. So we've elected to do the hop on hop off bus today. It's a nice little route, about hour and a half, and then we'll get off and we'll have a look at a few of the attractions around the island, and then we will get off and go and do a bit of a walk into the town centre as well. So stay tuned with us today as we explore Gran Canaria on the hop on hop off bus tour, and when we finish that we'll have another look at the town centre and the port area. And so we're on our hop on hop off bus now, and we're just going through a little bit of the city centre, and there are some wonderful looking small parks here with nice little areas to sit and get some shade. And this is Park de Catalina, just inside the centre of the town on stop number 1. And here is a nice little market and a busy central square. And here we are now onto the beach area here in Gran Canaria, and a nice shot of the coastal area. That's the Atlantic Ocean, of course, so it won't be too warm, and a beautiful looking bridge spanning the whole area. Okay, so we're up on one of the high points here in Las Palmas. So great opportunity for a nice shot across the bay and the port. You can see the wonderful cruise ships in the port to the right hand side, and quite a view. Isn't that nice? And a nice little park in the centre of the city, and a lovely little marina here as we approach the port area again. And as we get back towards the port, the beach here on the right hand side, on the Atlantic side, pretty empty really. It's still nice. And the Club Nautica here in Gran Canaria. Okay, so I just thought I would give you an idea of the bus tour that we just did. I mean, I know I've included some of it on the video. It was, sadly to say, a little bit uneventful. Not many points of interest. The commentary was mainly music, and the connections for the speakers weren't working very well. They were dealing with large numbers of people coming off the cruise ships today. There are buses there, but now, as you can see, there are empty buses. We paid €25 each. It was about an hour, and it was probably the most expensive hour bus ride we have participated in. So there is a hop on hop off bus. If it helps you get a better feel for Las Palmas, Gran Canaria, then by all means do it. We weren't particularly impressed. Lack of information on the commentary when there was commentary, and it was mostly music. So bear that in mind as we immerse ourselves in the wonderful poinsettias which are coming out now for Christmas. The city sightseeing tour bus in Gran Canaria is nothing special to write home about. So I'd give it about a 5 or a 6 out of 10 in terms of enjoyment, and there were few, if any, points of interest, and we spent most of our time driving around the town, zigzagging around different avenues with no real points of interest. So there you have it. That's the frank and candid assessment that we've made today. We're off now. We're going to take a walk into the town, and we're also going to go onto the other side of the island to take a look at the beach area. Stay tuned. And so here we are now at Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, and I just thought I would take a little shot of the area itself. This nice little live signage, and give you another little scan across the port and the port area. They are doing some refurbishment work here, and of course there's a new road system that's gone in a few years ago, and a nice bridge that will take you over into the town of Las Palmas. And we're actually going to take a little walk through the town on this narrow part of the peninsula and see if we can get over to the other side to the beach area. So stay tuned and stay with us as we go explore. And it's a lovely little environment here now that it has been rejuvenated. Last time we were here, it was building work going all over the place for the road, the underpass, and now there are some very quaint, very pretty areas. A little shipwreck over in the back of the park here, and a nice little water feature fountain, which is always nice to see. And as you come across from the port area, And if you want to go to the Playa, the beach, just come straight down this road and keep walking straight down the road, and it will take you to the other side of the peninsula. Okay, and so here in the square there's a little bit of an event going on. Here you can see some of the ways in which they've rejuvenated the area, and there's a little entertainment event going on in the centre. You can also hire out some bikes, either electric or normally aspirated bikes, for you to explore the city. And as we proceed still further into Las Palmas town, on our way down to the beach, you can see that there's been a lot of work done here to sort of rejuvenate some of the pedestrianised areas, and it's all very nice to see. The noise in the background is from one of the little carnival get-togethers, and you can also find yourself a nice little seat and find yourself a nice cool drink here along the side of the park. And so a road that used to be for vehicular use, which is now pedestrianised from the port, with a variety of different little local stores both sides, but that will take you now directly down to the beach on the other side of the island. This is the narrowest part of the island, so it's actually only 3 or 4 blocks walk, and it will take you down to the beach on the other side of the island. So no need for a taxi, and obviously conditional that your mobility is fine. It's a 20-minute walk, and it's a nice part of the island. So give it a go. Hope this has been useful in terms of some tips and advice about Las Palmas de Gran Canaria. There's the road from the port, pedestrianised, and straight up to La Playa, the beach. Okay, so you've come down that little avenue, about 3 or 4 blocks, and here we are. It brings us onto this wonderful part of the island. Now, bear in mind that this is December here in Gran Canaria, and we've got a nice Atlantic Ocean. And very briefly, because I don't want to damage anyone's privacy, the Playa at Gran Canaria. How lovely is that? And I think we're going to go in and we'll have a paddle. And it's got a nice boardwalk, lots of really helpful signage we've noticed here as we have visited Gran Canaria, so you can see where you're going, and it will give you a very good idea of where you are on Playa de las Canteras. And here is the very, very useful map of the area, and what a lovely place it is. We have been here before. As I've said, we seldom come here, but we have been here before a few times, and we are now just reminded of what a pleasant area it is along the boardwalk and on the beach. And of course, bear in mind, we're in December 2024, and we've got a very busy beach. Okay, so here we are then, Playa de las Canteras, the beautiful beach here in Las Palmas, and Susie's with me, and we're on this lovely beach, and it's nice and warm. It's the 1st of December today, and as you can see, the beach is very busy, which is good to see, and it goes all the way around the bay and all the way that way too. So if you're in Las Palmas, you're on a cruise ship and you're here for the day and you fancy some beach, you know where to go. Just 4 blocks from the port on the other side of the island and it's absolutely a 4 blocks walk, about 15 minutes maximum, and you can get yourself onto this beach. Now it's the Atlantic, so it is a bit chilly in the water, but nevertheless very worthwhile to have a bit of a paddle as we are doing. So very helpfully on the beach here at Las Canteras, you can see this very helpful map, and the blue spot at the top is where we are, and we're going to take another little walk down the boardwalk. But very nice, very well laid out, developed well. It's quite popular. There's lots of hotels around here, which is a good thing, indicative of a place where people would like to come. So we'll take a walk up this boardwalk on Las Canteras beach, and then we'll make our way back towards the cruise ship. And on here lots of sports, beach volleyball, etc. There is a rescue station on the beach as well, and there are lifeguards that go up and down. Do bear in mind, for those who may take offence, the beach is optional topless as well, so you will see both men and women using the beach topless, so bear that in mind. But nevertheless, a lovely beach. And as you make your way up the beach, of course, there are a variety of different shops and restaurants where you can get yourself something nice to eat. It's quite busy, remember, it's December, and it's a lovely temperature, 29 degrees today at midday. So there we are, and the beach volleyball, and the lovely built environment. Isn't that nice? So we hope you're enjoying this so far, and if that's the case, then please consider liking and subscribing to Rain's Who's Travel channel. Drop any questions, any comments that you may have. We'll do our very best to reply to them, and we thank you for investing your time in our cruise content. So thank you very much for that. And some very nice shaded little spots here on the beach as well, and some nice hotels that have been renovated, and even a local express store where you can pick up those little items that perhaps you might have forgotten before coming to the beach. And of course the wonderful beach with umbrellas and relaxers. I'm sure either allocated to one of the hotels or for purchase and sale on the beach. And some nice hotels and al fresco bars as we walk down. Okay, so welcome back everybody. We are now back in the port area after our time down on the beach on La Playa, and we've taken that little short walk back through the town, and here we are now back in the port. Susie's waiting for me, and here's another shot of those wonderful cruise ships, the Mein Schiff 7, the Ada Blue, and of course in the far distance Celebrity Infinity. And we've had a lovely day here in the port and on the island itself. It's been really lovely. There's been a few things to do. We've gone off on the hop on hop off tour, and we weren't massively pleased with that, to be honest with you. A little bit uneventful, but nevertheless it gave us an opportunity to see a little bit more of Las Palmas, and now of course we're back here. We've been to the beach, we spent a little bit of time on the beach, and overall I think Gran Canaria is a lovely place, really nice. I think a little bit more well established and built up compared to Lanzarote, which was yesterday's port. And we're gonna say goodbye to Las Palmas and get back on board our ship now. So we hope that has been useful for you, to give you a few ideas about what's possible, where to go, a few tips and advice along the way. We spoke about the port, we've spoken about the local town, the hop on hop off bus service, and also La Playa de las Canteras, which is only a 4-block walk away. So we hope that's been useful. Thank you for your time today on this video, and we hope that that's been a good investment in your time, and we thank you for looking into our cruise content on our channel. Leave us any comments or any questions at the bottom of this video. We'll happily answer them. We will commit to getting back to you with an answer if you leave a question for us, or a comment for that matter. So that has been Las Palmas de Gran Canaria. This has been Ray and Sue's Travel Channel. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in the next Tips for Travellers Port Tour video. Bye bye. So we hope you've enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more, then check out our channel, Ray and Sue's Travel Channel, where you'll find a multitude of different videos covering ship tours, port tours, and offering up tips and advice. You'll also find individual playlists where you can centre in on a specific ship or a specific itinerary. And consider liking and subscribing to Ray and Sue's Travel Channel. It's free, and there's not a lot free these days, is there? Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye.